Employers, don't fear the Great Resignation. It's already here. I came across this very interesting article. Last time I read an article was probably for a 10-page essay due back when I was in college. As businesses prepare for the pandemic to subside and the economy to return to a degree of normalcy, looming over many leaders is the specter of mass turnover, specifically a great resignation. That's the first sentence in this article. It was first heard by a Texas A&M University professor, Anthony Klotz. Klotz stated, and I quote, "When there's uncertainty, people tend to stay put. So there are pent-up resignations that didn't happen over the past year." I agree with this statement that 2020 kind of put a pause on everybody's lives in some way, shape, or form. I don't know. I know it sounds tired to hear it again and again, but it's the truth. It really put a shift in a lot of people's mindsets. To put it bluntly, a lot of us really recognized our worth in the workplace and started to reevaluate where we see ourselves, and some of us also, our priorities have shifted. We aren't in the normal dynamic, says Eliza, a professor at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. She pretty much expressed in this article that the people who are leaving their jobs are no longer willing to wait. She's right. A lot of people's situations have changed. I've been working or in the workforce for 6 years. I have bounced around at a few places. I work in education. If there's one thing that I have learned through my last 6 years of working is that companies that are hiring you, your hiring managers, they are not prepared to essentially take care of you as an employee. What I mean to say is I realized in my last 6 years that if my life were to change, let's say I were to want more flexibility, or if I were to become a mom and I, needed maternity leave, a lot of these jobs, they have benefits, but to a certain degree. I feel like every person has their own unique set of needs. These jobs have benefit packages that are sort of a one-size-fits-all, which I kind of talk more about in this video here. So if you haven't checked that out, definitely check it out after this one. Being in the workforce, working, like work life, the stresses that come with it plays a huge role in our mental health, and not enough people are taking their mental health seriously. People's attitudes towards work have pretty much changed. Obviously, 2020 has played a huge role in this because for years and years, many companies have been telling their employees, oh, we're not doing work from home, oh, we don't have those options. And for the first time in a very long, maybe the first time in history, companies were forced to eat their words because we were all forced to be at home for a good chunk of time. So pretty much after, spending so much time at home, obviously, you're going to have a lot of time to be at home with yourself, with your thoughts, to take care of yourself, to take care of your loved ones, and to really kind of reevaluate and reassess where you are in life, where you want to be in the next maybe 3 to 5 years, and make decisions based off of that. Many employees don't want to get back into these environments that they used to work in because there's still the continued risk of COVID-19. Another reason why, the Great Resignation is definitely something to be reckoned with right now is the fact that many companies don't offer flexibility. Let's be honest. Flexibility is a very loose term. The workforce is constantly changing. I feel like a lot of companies are not really even willing to offer more flexibilities. I mean, granted, I don't know your situation. I don't know your personal situation. Maybe you need to have that conversation with your boss and see if you can, work something out before jumping out the door, jumping ship. Or maybe you've just had enough and you've, like I said, discovered your worth in these companies and it's time for you to leave. One of the biggest concerns for employees is that they want a pay increase to stay at these companies. Most of us, we want a pay increase. Like, especially a lot of us have taken on a lot more tasks to our original roles. We should be asking for pay adjustments, honey. A lot of people want a hybrid model, which I kind of like the sound of that. You spend a portion of your time working from home and you come into work maybe once or twice into the office. That doesn't sound too bad. Basically, in terms of the Great Resignation, all I'm hearing is that employee standards are rising. Again, we have recognized or realized our worth, and we have new priorities, and our lifestyles have just shifted vastly. Not only do employees want flexible arrangements made, but they also want a higher rate of pay. If you're planning to quit your job and you don't have another one in place, just make sure that you have a plan of action, whether it be you've already saved up enough to cover your expenses during that time off, you're working on some side hustles that can still bring in some type of income monthly, or start learning a new skill. If you made it this far in the video, my name is Shauna and I post lifestyle content as well as the thought-provocative videos such as this one every Sunday, so be sure to hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.